Hello, everyone. It's me, Mrs. Groner, and today we're going to do a really fun activity called Habitat Hunt. We get to pretend to be an animal looking for a habitat to live in. Our job as the animal is to decide if the habitat we look in will be a good habitat for us to live in. Let's take a look at what we need to do to complete this activity. The first thing you're going to do is take a look at the Habitat Hunt worksheets. I'll include a link to these worksheets in the description of the video, so if you'd like to use them at home, you can. Okay, choose an animal. Which animal should we choose today? I'm thinking the frog, because frogs are my favorite animals. If you don't see an animal here that you'd like to try to be to search for a habitat, you can always draw your own animal in the box or write the name of the animal there too. Okay, so what are we going to do? We are going to go to the Arizona State University virtual biome page. I'll also include a link to that in the description of this video. And we're going to find a habitat. And then we're going to look around the habitat and decide, will the habitat work for the animal you've chosen today? We know that in order to survive in habitat, we need food, water, shelter, a place to raise our young, and enough space. So we're going to look around the habitat and draw what would be our food in this habitat. Where would we find our water? Do we have enough space? Maybe draw a picture of the space. And what would we use for shelter? When we're done with that, we get to decide and answer some questions. Is this a good habitat for us? Why or why not? To make it a better habitat, what else would we like to see there? Or maybe what else would help us survive? And you can also draw a picture about some of those things in the box at the bottom. Okay, frogs, are you ready to explore? Let's see if we can find the right habitat to live in. Today, we're going to go to the virtual biomes at Arizona State University page. And today we'll explore the temperate forest biome. Let's see if this habitat has what we need as a frog. Remember, we're looking for food, water, shelter, space, and a place to raise our young. Let's see. So we click that link and then, okay, I see a lot of grass and a lot of trees. I bet the frog could hide in a tree. That might be a good place for a frog to hide. So I can see shelter. Let's move around the habitat and see if we can find some water. I'm looking. Do you see water for a frog? You're right. Frogs need a lot of water. Maybe this will take us there. Signs of elk? That's not it. Oh, maybe over here. What's this? Grasses. I don't know. Let's see what else we can find. Aspen grove? Maybe there's water here. Do you see the water the frog would need to survive? I don't either, but I do see a lot of good shelter areas for the frog. That's right. I wonder if there's food for a frog. Do you know what frogs like to eat? That's right. Frogs like to eat insects. That's right. That's like their favorite thing to eat. They also eat little fish too. But I'm looking. Are you seeing insects? I bet there are a lot of insects in the trees. Insects like to live on trees. So I bet the frog would have the right kind of food to live in this habitat. So I can see shelter and food. Wonder if there's anything else. Ooh, winter. What's it like in winter? Ooh, look at that. There's water there in winter, but I think it might be too cold for the frog. It would probably have to hibernate at this time of the year. Okay, so we've done a lot of looking around in that habitat. Let's go back to our habitat hunt page and decide if this is the right habitat for the frog. Let's take a look. Here we go. So if I were filling this out, I would say, yeah, there was food because insects love to live near trees, right? So I could show that insects would be in that habitat. And there was a lot of space for the frog to move around, and the frog could have found shelter in a tree. So I could draw a tree here. Water, though, we didn't find the right kind of water for a frog. So I think what I do for that is just mark an X in that box. Then I have to answer the questions. Was that a good habitat for us frogs? No. My answer is no. Why not? Because that habitat didn't have the right kind of water for a frog. It didn't have a nice wet place for the frog to lay its eggs in the spring. What else would we like to see here? What would help us survive? Maybe a stream running through the forest. Then it would make a much better habitat for the frog. I could draw that stream and write the word stream. I hope you have fun with this habitat hunt. You can try to be all sorts of different animals and see if you can find the right habitat to live in. I hope to see you again very soon.